Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of the journey. We're about to start our second season with Smorgon, although technically we only spent like a third, not even a third of a season with them. But I suppose first thing to do is transfers, I guess. That's what you care about. That's what I spent the last day doing. So let's do it. So as you can see, we've had more in than out, but we've actually made 24k of profit, £24,000 of profit. So I'll do the going outs first. We've had some big going outs. So Maxim Yablonski, who was our really bright young centre back, basically forced a move. So a bigger team came in for him. I rejected it. They were offering like 4k, and I rejected it. And then Islop came in, and they were offering. Wasn't Islop? Why did it change? Yeah. So then Dinapar Mogalev came in and offered 7k. I managed to get them up to 10.75k with a 20% sell-on bonus, and I thought he's only worth 4k. I'll take that. And I've managed to bring in I think it's 3 centre backs now. So his sell, we sold him. He was on quite a bit of money for us. Yeah, he was on about the same amount of money for us. So it freed up a lot of wage budget to bring in some better players. We also sold Edward Chudnovsky, who was probably our best player last season. He's not very happy there. But basically, he was also on quite a bit of money, and he also forced a move. So I rejected their first offer of 5k because he's worth 7, and I thought, I'm not accepting that. That is terrible. And then they came in with 8.5k, and then I managed to get some add-ons to take it up to 10.25k, as well as a 15% sell-on fee as well. So, you know, they're both still quite young. Yablonski's 20, Chudnovsky is 26. So if they sell him on at some point, we should get some money back. And a lot of the other ones I was trying to force out the door anyway. So Golovic, you probably don't even know this guy. He played 2 games all season, not under me either. So getting 2.5k from a team in the league above. Oh no, they got relegated. They got relegated. That's why they bought him. Oh well. Igor Nalazic wasn't getting any games. Simple as that. He went to the league above. Volkorazov, once again, he played 1 game. The fans were happy I sold him. Kovalchuk, he forced a move, so I didn't want to sell him. But he forced a move. There wasn't anything I could do. He was 38. You know, if he wants to leave, he can leave. He's 38. He's not going to get any better. And then we managed to move on Flipchenko and Zamara, who just weren't gonna. They weren't part of my plans. So I just move them on, get them out of the way. So I'll go through the permanents first. So the only player we spent money on was Dmitry Ivanov, who has 2.5 star current ability with 4.5 star potential. So he's only 20. He actually plays the poacher role, which is really nice. He's also decent as an advanced forward. He could be. So my assistant manager, who I'll get to in a second because I've done a complete backroom staff change, only thinks he's good at second league football, but then my scouts think he's good at this level of football, and he's done alright in pre-season. I think he's only scored 1 goal, but I've mostly been using him as a sub. I think he only started against Bate Borisov, who are obviously the best team in Belarus. The only other player we brought in from another team permanently is Alexander Zajski from Osh Mayani, who are actually our rivals. We've got him for free. Just a backup centre-back, 2-star current ability, 4-star potential, only on £200 a month. You know, and with that kind of potential, you know, he could be decent, but you're not going to see him much outside, I feel, of cup games or injury crises. We brought in Zabankov, who was on trial with us for a while. 2.5 star current ability, 4-star potential. Just a centre-back, and he can play anywhere along the back as well. He's not great at it, but it is nice to know that if we do have an injury crisis, he can come in and fill that role. We brought in Denis Dubovsky, who once again is just sort of a very versatile player. 3-star current ability, 4-star potential. Just, yeah, you know, free player, might as well pick him up. because he looks decent for this level. We brought in Dmitry Osipenko, who is a winger, so he's 3.5 star potential. Yeah, he's also been here before as well. So when I brought him in, I didn't know this. I brought him in and they go, "This guy's a legend." I'm thinking, "Oh, brilliant! You know, that's going to get the fans on my side." He's actually done really well in pre-season. I think he's got like 2 or 3 goals in pre-season from the wing. So really, just a great player to have. Denisevich I brought in to sit in behind the striker. You know, long, distinguished career. Never left Belarus. When we signed him, he was 3.5 star potential. We only had him like a month, and all his stats are already dropping massively. He's only 32, so I don't know why. And he's already down to 2.5 stars. So Veronic, who we did sign to a new contract, will probably be what's going on here? Will take over from him by the end of the season. I brought in Dmitry Petrov, so he's actually going to come straight into the centre back role. 3.5 star potential, 3.5 star current, 4 star potential, I should say. Just a centre back, you know, had a long career with our rivals at Leader. Was released at the end of last season, so thought I'd bring him in, and he's pretty decent. And the other mainstay is Nikolai Pristupa, 2.5 star current, 5 star potential, just a backup goalkeeper to cover Mikhailovich. And then on loan, the main one we brought in on loan is Dmitry Zurov to play on the left. On loan from Bate Borisov, we're not paying his wages. 3.5 star current, 5 star potential, really good physicals. He's got good crossing, good free kicks. He's already scored a free kick in pre-season. His determination is dropping. I brought him in because he had a high determination. If that's dropping, that's not good. The other one we brought in is Yuri Pavlukovits, who is on loan from our parent club, Torpedo Zudino. 3.5 star current, 5 star potential. I tried to bring him in permanently, but they wanted extortionate amount of money considering he was wanting to leave, but they hadn't transfer listed him, they hadn't loan listed him. Luckily, because they're our parent club, I managed to get him on loan. So hopefully he can push us forward. And I also brought in this guy. They said he was a 1 star current ability, 2 star potential. I thought 3rd choice goalkeeper, because we just sold the other guy. They were quite happy with him being, you know, not part of the first team, just sort of being here for training. And he's kind of rubbish, but we're not paying his wages, so it's nice having him there just in case we really do go through goalkeepers like nobody's business. I'll take you to the staff because we have had a complete overhaul. As you can see, we're now pretty much top of everything. Obviously, we could improve here, but I filled out all the coaches. So we'll go to the coaching team first. So obviously, I am the manager. My assistant is now Bente Nordanger. She is an assistant manager from Norway who's 57 years old. Not amazing, but sort of the best assistant manager I could find. She was at Fana until last season, who are in the Norwegian 3rd division. So she's not terrible, but she was the best I could find at this level. Head of youth development is Jimmy Mass, who's a 42-year-old Dutch head of youth development who looks really good. 17 working with youngsters, 8 player ability, 7 player potential. Just, yeah, he seems really decent for, once again, for this level. Our goalkeeping coach is Michael Kuipers, who, you know, isn't amazing. He's got good 12 goalkeepers, 15 determination, 10 level discipline, but motivating, tactical and technical could be better. But, you know, really decent. Spent most of his career in the lower leagues of England. Our fitness coach is Wayne Richardson, who was a coach at Droylsden, a fitness coach at Stalybridge, and now he is here. He is really, really good, considering he's only on £575, 15 fitness, 11 determination, 9 discipline, and 5 motivating. And this guy who's sort of kept on, he was the only person that I kept on. He's doing that. I didn't tell him to do it. He did that by himself. He was a player here for 2 years, and then became a coach. Really odd career. But just a really decent all-round coach. He might be here for a while, I feel. If we go to the medical team, this guy is staying around. He has 9 physiotherapy. And I brought in Rebecca Lineker, who has 12 physiotherapy, to be the new head physio after leaving her job at Alfreton. They're all learning Russian, so hopefully that should be quick. And then I don't think I took you through this, but about when I first came in, I hired a director of football in Dmitry Popov, who was just really decent. He was director of football at Spartak Moscow, and now he's at Smorgon. It's a real step down. But you know, Russian international, you know, really good. And I also brought in Miriam Peruzzi. She is a 34-year-old Italian who just sort of helps us have more scouts. She's only on £400 a month, so that's really decent. She was at Cultural Leonosa, who are in the Spanish third tier, but yeah, you know, could be worse. Take you through the tactics. So this is going to be the team we're playing for the first match because unfortunately Ushakov is suspended because he picked up too many yellow cards in the last season. Picked up his last yellow card in the final game and it carried over. So we're going to be playing Kalitovic in goal with Lutsko out left and Garkushko out right. Shumanov and Petrov are in the middle. Normally Pavlyukovic will be playing the advanced playmaker and Denisevich will be up an advanced playmaker up here, but instead he's playing it a bit deeper. With Zurov and Osipenko on the wings and Gribovsky up front, who was the player we signed at the back end of last year. On the bench we have Pristupa, Gnedko, Jabrovsky, Ravina, Lisokovsky, Petrov and Ivanov. And then we have quite a few players here. I'm still trying to move some on, but it is quite nice to have a bit of depth in all positions. So a lot of these players are listed for loan because they're quite young. We do have a defensive formation, and it did work occasionally, so I'll just take you through the friendlies quickly. So we beat, in our first friendly, we beat our local team, Villia, who were the only other team nearby when I went on local. So we beat them 4-2. It was a poor start. We were 2-0 down at half time, and then Grabowski took it back to 2-1, and then the last 7, and then we scored 3 goals in 5 minutes and won 4-2. It was, I mean, we weren't fit, but neither were they. So it was disappointing, but at the same time, we were 2-0 down at half time, we came back and won 4-2. You can't be too unhappy with that, especially considering it was the first friendly we had played. We then played our parent club, Torpedo Zadino. We lost 2-0, didn't really deserve it. Dubovsky scored an own goal. It wasn't really his fault. The ball sort of came from across, it hit him and went in the back of the net. And then Ivanov scored for them. We then lost 4-0 to Neman Grodno from the league above. We just didn't turn up. Lutsko got injured, which is a terrible performance. Luckily, we turned around the next game. This was the first time we were playing our defensive tactic because they'd learned it enough that I felt confident we could play it. Naftan dominated the game, but he managed to hold out, and Denisevich scored from a free kick to win 1-0. And it was a good performance. You know, all the ratings are quite low, but we actually played really well. So I don't know why that's the case. We then played the best team in Belarus, Borisov, at home. We did lose 3-1, but altogether I was pleased with the performance. Grabowski getting our goal, but Vlodko, Giovanni and Rios getting their goals. Shows you the advantage of being able to have foreign players in your team when Giovanni is 19-year-old Brazilian on loan from Paranese. You know, not really a fair comparison. We then played 3 amateur teams in the lead up to this to build up some confidence because we were playing the bigger teams here. We beat Vetras, who don't even have a real badge, despite me having a badge pack. 1-0. We then, since I live in Vilnius, that's where my apartment is, I've got 2 friendlies against teams in Vilnius. We beat FK Granitas Vilnius 3-1. So we went 2-0 up, then they came back, scored with Selenus, and then Semenov scored in the 91st minute to kill them off. And then we played Top Kickers, beat them 2-1, 2 goals in the first half, and then they scored in the 18th minute because we were still on attack and I couldn't bother to turn it off. I brought in all the youth players, all the backup players. It wasn't a full-strength team. It was 2-1. But now it's time to get on after this really long intro because obviously it is the beginning of a new season, so you can expect this every new season for me to go through everything to get to leader. But I just remember before we do that, season preview quickly. We're predicted to finish 3rd. which is decent. That would get us into the playoffs, where we'd have to play a team from the league above and hopefully beat them. The favourite to win is actually Luch Minsk, who last season were predicted to finish 8th, I believe. So they must have really bought a lot of players over the summer. The board want me to win promotion, so to finish in the top 2. And I don't know when this starts. I know they're in the final right now, yeah, so not a clue when that's actually going to come back. But that's really about it for here. I will now see you at the match. See you in a second. Alright, I've rethought the tactic, because I had a look at their formation that they're going to play. Or at least the one that they played in their last friendly match. And they play with 3 attacking midfielders, so they're going to come at us a lot. So I stuck it on counter, and we're playing our defensive formation, where we have a defensive midfielder who can hopefully break that up and just sort of keep winning the ball back for us down there. So now I'll meet you at the match. Sorry about the lie in the last bit. Let's get into the match now that we're finally here after pissing you about with the tactics and having to come back to the normal menu. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, you're being rested. See, they're playing with 3 attacking midfielders. I saw that on their thing in the last match they played with like that. And I feel like they'll just score a crap ton of goals otherwise. Yeah, do that. That works. Let's be assertive. I'm expecting you to win today, boys. They're a mid-table team. There is no excuse for not winning this match. I don't care if we win it 1-0 in the dullest match you've ever seen on YouTube. Now, we've already had a shot after 2 minutes, which is good. Oh god, don't concede after 2 minutes. Right, he's won the ball, but he's gone to nobody. And he just walked past him. Oh my god, this goalkeeper's meant to be highest league level. That's what it says on his thing. Highest league level goalkeeper. He should be able to play in the top league, but he makes mistakes like that. Is that how bad Belarusian football is? That guy is considered a good goalkeeper for Belarus? Because he made a lot of mistakes like that in pre-season, but my backup made even more. They were the only players who didn't play well in pre-season. He made a save. Thank God for that. I thought he was just going to spend the entire game not saving the ball. I've had that happen before with goalkeepers. Every shot that's on target, they just score constantly against your keeper. They shoot from 40 yards, it goes in the net because your goalkeeper doesn't bother to dive. I mean, there's a couple of days after the transfer, and maybe I should look for a better goalkeeper. Maybe that should be the target. Well done, let's go. Do not let this guy keep running past you. And don't lose the ball. Oh, for the love. Play well. That's all I ask. It's not a hard thing to do. Just play well. And it's 1-1. Come on, Denisevich. God, we needed that. I did not want us to go in 1-0 down. And it's half time. Okay. We're playing alright, I guess. He's on a yellow card. He's looking nervous, playing a 6.3. I'm going to take him off before he gets himself sent off. There we go. Oh, these guys do not like green. They're obviously afraid of the colour green because it never appears. Could be because she can't speak Russian yet, so when I asked us to do the talk, they were just like, we don't speak Norwegian, love. Okay, nothing is happening. My keeper's looking nervous. Why are you looking nervous? You're the goalkeeper. You should be the one player who looks confident. Okay, let's... Osapenko is not playing great, so we're going to bring on... And Shimonov is looking nervous. We will bring on... Dubovsky. And go. Hopefully that doesn't lose us the game. And as I say that, they get a highlight. That's not a coincidence at all. Oh, is it our highlight? Is Grabowski going to do something? Oh, they do the tackle, but Lisowski gets in there, wins the ball, and what a twat. Came from behind. That should be a free kick. That kid's only like 16. It's just mean. Just bullying him. He saved it. Somehow, my goalkeeper has saved it. He's actually having a good game for once. But we have been dominated. They've had the one clear-cut chance, which I think was that one just there. But you know what? You know, it could be a lot worse. You know, considering the amount of chances they've created. 17 shots, only 7 of them been long shots. Clearly this tactic works when you think you're going to be just... If you feel the other team's just going to be attacking you. But it can't be against teams who are really good like Bate Borisov, because they will find a way through multiple times. And considering he was looking nervous, the fact that he could even pull off a save, I'm pretty surprised at. Was just going to go for you can do anything. Oh no. Something does happen. Ah, damn it. Oh, it's still going. Nope, he just gets tackled. Okay, well done, Lisowski. You're young, so I'll let it pass, but if they score from this, you're dead. Nope, we won the ball back. And it's the end of the game. There we go. Not a great performance, but everybody just looks nervous. I don't know why. It's too bad that you can't bring in like people to help with the mental aspect of the game. I need to find better people with better determination. I mean, if I actually go through the determination in the squads, I have improved. There was only like 2 players with with determination over 10 when I got here. So that's stats, attributes, mental. So now where's debt? And there's now quite a few players with high determination, but a lot of them just aren't in the squad because they're regens and they're not very good. But look, there are 3 players in the squad with high determination from the start. He came on, so even that guy's he's not playing either. Yeah, you need to be able to improve determination some way without just going, yeah, you tutor him, because some of these players are being tutored to have better determination, but it's just not happening. Smorgon lucky to draw, I would agree with that, but that's just really attacking. 7th in the league, they think they're going to finish. That's not going to happen. This guy won't join us. I tried. They wanted like 90k for him. He's like 24. Yeah, 24, playing in our league, and they wanted 90k for him. Not even that good. Alright, I'm going to leave it there. We'll come back. I think we'll do Rachitsta and Granite double header so we can get the season underway. So it'll be a home game and an away game. So I will see you in a couple of games. Bye bye.